Well, much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Mayor of Denton County Town submitted his resignation after members of a task force arrested him for trying to lure a child online. Matthew McLaravy was elected mayor of Pilot Point in May. The council accepted his resignation Thursday night. Dallas police arrested McLaravy this week as part of a 5-month sting operation targeting suspected online criminals. Thursday's evening, regular scheduled, and also packed Pilot Point's call to order at the City Hall, the same building where the mayor was arrested earlier this week. The newly elected mayor posted bond shortly after he was charged with a second-degree felony as of Tuesday, accused of online solicitation of a minor as young as 14. With McLaravy absent, Mayor Pro Temp Chad Major conducted the meeting. Major read the statement saying that he will assume duties of the mayor after receiving McLaravy's resignation letter. The council will address the vacancy at a later date. During the public comment, none of the three speakers mentioned McLaravy's arrest. The agenda stated that the forum is not the place to address complaints against public officials or staff, and complaints should be submitted to the city manager in writing. McLaravy is at the center of an undercover 5-month-long investigation by Dallas police. It was also revealed that communications with additional minors, but an arrest affidavit which details the evidence has not yet been released. Multiple agencies searched McLaravy's Pilot Point home Tuesday. Cell phone video shows that a woman and 2 children are walking out of the front door as investigators make their way inside. This is quite ridiculous, right? So this man gets caught and he's able to post bail, right? Post bond. So he's out and he's free, right? Now, if this was any other person that was caught in the sting, at least from some of the stories that I've done, they wouldn't have, in a sense, posted bail that quick, and they wouldn't be right back at home near children. But yet, they allowed him to basically do that. And then at the town hall meeting, where this is basically a serious issue because he's been representing the town for quite some time, right? And on top of that, he was working in a church, which also means that he had further access to minors as well. Nobody wanted to make a ruckus about any of this. Nobody wanted to bring forth any type of questions or concerns about any of this. And I'm pretty sure that all of those people there in that town that was at that town hall meeting are parents. But like I said before, adults don't care about kids. Like I said, adults do not care about kids. All of those people in there that are parents, you mean to tell me that it doesn't make your blood boil? You mean to tell me that you don't have a problem or a concern, or you don't want to potentially know if, or try to inform other parents that, yo, this is the guy that, yo, we elected, something needs to be done. People need to, talk to their kids, and, all these other, like, this should have been a topic for discussion for quite a long time, because this man by himself has access to minors, to other children in the community. And for none of those parents or members of the board, the town hall, allowing people to speak on it or even trying to make a topic is ridiculous to me. Like, this is what I'm talking about things getting pushed or swept directly under the rug. They're showing you this right now. They're like, oh, well, this isn't the correct form to sit up there and talk about it. Just write in your concerns. Excuse me? Writing in versus actually vocally having parents and concerned individuals speak is 2 different things, right? This is a way to, in a sense, silence those who have a concern about what it is that took place. Because whenever it comes to these town hall meetings and other things transpire, it might not have been a proper form, but people will come up there and use their 1 to 2 minutes to basically display how they are angry and saddened by a lot of decisions that the city council members are sitting up there making. But you mean to tell me we're not talking about a book, We're not talking about money mismanagement. We're not talking about somebody making some incendiary comments. We're not talking about any of this. We're talking about the welfare and the well-being of children, and how it is that he, quote unquote, a father of two and married, is online doing these things. Also, on top of the fact that he's the mayor, allowing him further access to minors, on top of the fact that he worked at a church, which allows him even further access to a minor. Not to mention that he was more than likely near a school zone. So there's no telling how long he's been doing this and how many victims they may or may not be. And for any of these individuals that were there at that town meeting to not try to stand up and change the topic of the discussion so that people can relay their concerns, their anger, and their sadness about the situation, that says a lot about a lot of people in that town. That's ridiculous. That is 100% ridiculous, because let me tell you something. I would have sat up there and rolled up there. I don't care if it ain't the perfect time to sit up there and talk about it. There is no more important issue that needs to be talked about but that one. Like I said before, everybody that was at that town, like, yo, people need to start questioning other people. You got to start looking at people sideways. Whenever you see things like this and people are like, okay, well, let me just do what I'm told. Let me just write it in. This is what I'm talking about. This is the simple-mindedness of a lot of people in America, where they don't want to, in a sense, go against the grain. They don't want to sit up there and cause a ruckus when there's actually time and a point to actually cause one. This is ridiculous. So you mean to tell me that these people are only getting on? I can't even get my words straight. So you mean to tell me that these people are only going to get angry when a city council allows them to get angry and vocal? These are grown adults, but yet they're under control, and nobody even understands it. Nobody even understands it. Nobody even sees how dangerous this is. If a city and a town are able to just wipe away an issue like this, what do you think, a government can basically do to a group of people? How do you think a government could sit up there and basically get rid of an issue like this and tell people, oh, this ain't the right time to get, mad or vocal? If you really got a problem, just go online and, and type in what you really want to say to us, and, we'll go through it. Chances are they don't go through any of those things that are listed. And if they do, they're doing like a roulette wheel and just like throwing something at a board and then just picking one to read. And if it's something that they really don't want to read, they'll go through and they'll do the exact same thing up until they find about 5 to 10 that are manageable, that they want to sit up there and present to the people. Like I said, man, and I'm going to keep saying what it is that I'm saying. Again, adults don't care. This is further proof of what it is that I'm talking about. Now, for those who might sit up there and say, well, Seiji, if adults don't care, then what about, all these organizations that were associated with, catching these people? They're doing their job. What you want me to congratulate them? I've done that for years. I shouldn't realistically be congratulating adults for doing the job that they're hired to sit up there and do properly. That doesn't make any sense. That's like me sitting up there congratulating a parent for being a parent. Nah, you're doing what you're supposed to be sitting up here doing. But obviously, speaking of that, you can't congratulate none of these parents that you were able to see, because they're not doing their job as a parent. Because your job as a parent or a guardian is to sit up there and be angry, is to sit up there and be vocal, is to sit up there and cause a ruckus whenever it comes to the point that you have an individual that you voted in that decided, right, to do other things with that power. All of that blind faith and that hope that you gave directly to him, he decided to sit up there and squalor that away. And he wanted to be and act within his true nature. And you saw exactly what it is. But like I said before, the better question is, for that mother, for that wife, if you walked out of that home with those two kids as those investigators came in and you knew what it is that he was doing, or you just found out, are you still going to be with him? Are you still going to be married to him? Is he still going to have access to those two children? Have those two children been, victims number one and number two? Like I said, there is a lot of questions, or better yet, does the mother already know about these situations and yet not care? And has she put her children up there on a plate to offer? because I've covered stories like that too. Like I said, there are too many questions that I have and not enough answers anywhere. Anywhere. So, like I said, I'm going to keep saying adults do not care about kids. And this is exactly why the same exact things keep happening to children, because adults do not care and adults do not take action.